Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've been on, but this message is a full moon in Virgo message. This is for the full moon. This is a timely message. It can resonate now or in the future or something in your past. Take what resonates. So I've been meditating on this moon for a while, for a couple days now. Like I said, when it comes to full moons, you feel the effects 3 days before and 3 days after. Some of us have been feeling this a couple weeks before, especially if you have mutual placements, because the full moon in Virgo is a mutual sign. So this is definitely going to affect all mutual placements, which is Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Gemini. So if you have these placements, look at your charts or where they are, or look where Virgo is in your chart. That's where it's going to affect the most. For instance, I have mutual placements on a Sag moon and a Pisces Venus, but the moon is in my fourth house. In the fourth house represents family roots, private matters, emotions around family. So I'm really interscoping around how my environment has affected me, or how I've been affecting my environment, and how has it shaped me or held me back. So definitely check out where Virgo is in your chart. For instance, I have somebody I was close to, Virgo's in their sixth house. So this has to do with their daily activity, how they prioritize certain things above themselves, or how their environment prioritizes certain things above them. Just an example. But this full moon is all about self-check and kind of reflecting on your community / environment, seeing how, like I said before, how your community has shaped you, but also seeing how it has caused you these limiting beliefs about yourself or about what's going on really around you. This full moon is really bringing light to things that were in the dark. So if you've been feeling like you have been not seeing things for what they are, or you just feel like something's missing or somebody's not telling the truth, this is all being brought to light with this full moon in Virgo. And also it has us in a triangle with Venus in Aquarius. So all these random outbursts or these random conversations or these pleas of hearts is being brought to surface. This full moon is really affecting the heart chakra for a lot of us. And it's funny because I'm wearing green. And a lot of you are purging emotionally around the heart chakra. Not only are you purging emotionally, a lot of you, if you have been struggling to do your healing or just to face your reality, this is hitting you the hardest right now. It's cracking your heart chakra open so you can realize how you've been manifesting from a closed heart space. So you can see how your reality, your environment, you manifested from not loving space. You manifested out of survival. This full moon is also very important because a lot of you are having a lot of important dreams. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having weird dreams, or just my dreams are telling things. So definitely pay attention to your dreams and the deja vu moments you're having when it comes to this full moon. It's guiding you to the next steps of your journey, or just letting you know things that you subconsciously still been holding on, what is needing to be released. A lot of people talk about full moons are for manifesting. Really check within yourself and your guides if you are able to manifest. But I see full moons as releasing. And part of manifesting, you have to release what no longer serves you so you can let your manifestations come in. So this is a very powerful time to release. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. I'm going to teach you a couple ways that I do it. One of them is candle work. These are candles from my shop. I just haven't put the labels on them. I just restocked. But I do candle work. But another thing that also helps is writing down some things you would like to release. I always do it with every full moon. But I always check with myself and I meditate, what am I ready to release? Because sometimes there's things that you want to release, but you're not ready to, because there's some type of fear that's keeping you stuck in there. So I highly recommend some of you get a white piece of paper or brown paper or whatever, and write down some things you would like to release on this full moon. With me, I'm really focusing on forgiving myself for allowing certain people or things or my self-limiting beliefs about myself. This is going to help bring in some of my manifestations faster or sooner, because I'm ready to be free from the things that have held me back. So one thing I highly recommend is you write them down. And once you write them down, you can either do a burn ritual. I like to, if I do a burn ritual, which I do with my candles, I always prep my candles, whatever you have in your house to prep your candles. But I always put my name on my candle. One thing you guys can do is I always read the paper to myself 3 times, and I release it underneath when it's the moon is at its highest peak, and I release it. And sometimes you can feel this energy being released off of you. Some of you can feel cords being released because, like I said, a lot of us have cords stuck to our environment. So those are a couple ways. I just gave you guys suggestions to help you when it comes to releasing this full moon. But like I was saying, this full moon is bringing light to all of our self-limiting beliefs about our self-love and our value. What do we value? What do we honor? And what do we value and what do we cherish? How do we show that we value these things, and how do these things show that they value us? This moon also is not just going to affect mutual placements, also fixed signs. With Venus being in Aquarius, this is also going to affect you. A lot of sudden, unexpected changes are going to happen. Sudden breakups, sudden conversations, sudden truths that a lot of you probably weren't having, were feeling but weren't seeing physically. It's coming to light. And fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. If you have those placements, a lot of unexpected changes happening. And like I said, you're being taught how to adapt, being taught to see what is being projected to you and seeing how it's been affecting you and your decision making. A lot of you are being pushed with this full moon to really reflect on how your environment shaped you, and really reflect on how it's still affecting you in the present moment. A lot of you, you're letting your fears, your worries, and your doubt about the future affect the now, that you're not even seeing how your past has caught up with the now and has kept you in repetitive cycles with certain people, places, or things that you're not willing to let go, or you just have, I want to say willing to let go, you have been struggling to let go due to your belief systems that were programmed on you as a child or as a teen, or things you had to do for yourself because you didn't have that emotional structure. One thing about Virgos, when they're in their higher selves, they are an act of service. They do things to make other people's lives easy, but they also learn how to put themselves first. One thing I say about Virgos, even when they're undeveloped, they can be very selfish. And sometimes it's in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. And when they're undeveloped, sometimes it's in a selfish way because they're taking from people who are not, I want to say they're not meant to take, they're taking from people who are put in their life to help benefit them, because their environment is taking for them. So they're projecting what their environment is doing to them. And this is what a lot of you are being told to look at in where Virgo is in your chart. How are you projecting your environment onto other aspects in your life? And then, like I said, this moon is pushing us all to self-check, self-reality. Are you in denial with your environment? Are you in denial with what the past has done to you? It's time to take those rose-colored glasses off and be honest. And these are the songs that I channeled while I was in meditation. And my first song that I channeled was Testify by August Alsina. And it's so funny because August Alsina is a fucking Virgo. So I thought this song was very interesting that it came to my mind. And I haven't heard this song in years, but it talks about how he reflected on how his environment made him who he is, which is it's not a bad thing. It made him strong. It taught him how to survive, and he had to adapt to what his environment gave him. But he's realizing that he had held a lot of dirt and anger and a lot of things that poisoned him inside. And like I said, when I mean poisoning inside, I mean guilt, anger, resentment, revenge. And he's seeing how that closed him off. And now he's seeing that he's ready to open up in that song where he says, I'm ready to testify. I'm ready to tell my truth. And sometimes telling your truth can be hurtful to those that you're needing to let go, or hurtful to those that you're trying to free yourself from, or the places. And this full moon is pushing a lot of us to speak our truth. And then sometimes the truth is really having to speak to you, to yourself, on how you've been limited, how you've been holding yourself back. And, the next song I channel, and I've been hearing this song all week, is Bad Habits by Destiny's Child. Some of you, this has to do with love. Some of you, this is not just a romantic connection. This is love within your family. Seeing how some of you have been people pleasing in your environment, or how you've been self-sacrificing yourself for others, that you're losing yourself in pleasing these people. And this bad habits with Destiny Child is talking about is like, we've been through this cycle over and over again. It's time for a change. It's time for me to choose myself. It's time for me to love me, and I have to break these bad habits if I want to, succeed. And it talks about how in that song, how she loves this person, how they love this person so much, but they're seeing the truth that this person is not willing to change to meet them where they're trying to do. She said in the song, I think it was Beyonce or Kelly Rowland, where the lyrics was, what did it say? What she said? I'm trying to remember the lyrics because it was in my head. What she said, I see that you're used to toxicity. How can we grow? Something like that. I got to look at the lyrics. Don't quote me on that. I will put it in the description. But it was something like that. She was just saying, I'm starting to see that you're used to toxicity. And a lot of us are starting to see that some of us, when it comes to our own beliefs, that some of us are used to toxicity, that we don't know how to get out of it. Which is funny, because the last channel song was, I kind of like, at the end of my meditation, what came to my mind was Counting Steps by Rod Way, where he talks about your back's against the wall and the phone keep ringing because people don't know, because people keep calling, but you have no one else you can call. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. Don't quote me. I'm not quoting all the songs. I'm quoting what the hell I'm hearing right now. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. But you got to keep going. And a lot of you are starting to see that a lot of you are the saviors. And like I like to say, I like to call Virgos cat to save a host, because Virgos like to save everybody else but they goddamn selves. But like I said, a lot of you are starting to see how your environment calls on you, or a lot of people call on you for things, but you have no one else to go to. Or if you had someone to go to, you probably took advantage of them, or you just didn't realize that you were in a toxic way of doing things. That sometimes some of you had to lose certain people that were here to help you, or spirit came to bless you with. So you have to figure out some things on your own. And I do feel like with Counting Steps, I recommend a lot of you listen to that, to let you know, like, it's okay to take baby steps, but don't overthink your steps, knowing what's best for you. Because a lot of you have been feeling what's best for you, but because of these self-limiting beliefs, you stay stuck because you worry about what other people are going to think, or if you can survive with the changes that you're making. And a lot of you, like I said, it's your fear that gets in the way. So we are going to pull some quick messages for this full moon in Virgo. For this full moon in Virgo. Ooh, didn't I just say some truth is being seen? You got the Chariot and the Truth card. And I'm going to take those two. And the Firm Foundation. This is confirmation for what I said. A lot of you are reevaluating your environment, seeing how it has shaped you. You guys are really seeing the faults in your foundations and how they have been broken. A lot of you, your root chakra is definitely something you should be focused on when it comes to releasing this full moon, when it comes to your scarcity mindset, or how you see stability, how you see money, or your relationship with money, or how your money is being affected by your environment. And it's funny how I said earlier today, a lot of people's heart chakras open up, and look what that is. Heart chakra. A lot of you guys are reflecting on the things that you truly want for yourself, but you're also seeing how your heart chakra has been closed. And a lot of you are reflecting on this. Some of you could be getting readings. Some of you could be, just talking to your higher self, God, whatever you believe in. And you're getting a new perspective. On how your heart chakra has been closed, and just the emotional baggage that you have been carrying, and how it's been, not just carrying it into this lifetime, or just how it's been affecting your past life. But I do see you guys moving through this very quickly. You could be seeing 7, 7, 4s, 9, 9, or 2s. 2s are all about balance, harmony. 7s are all about spiritual alignment. 4s are all about protection. And 9s are all about endings. completions, and this is a perfect time for completions because we're before this full moon is like I said, it's the perfect time for completions because we're stepping into Aries, which is all about new beginnings. I don't know about y'all, Aries season is about to be turned up, but truth is being seen, truth is being spoken, and a lot of you are starting to see the truth in your reality. A lot of you are starting to get out of this denial mindset and seeing things for what they are, and you are speaking on that truth. And you're moving through this fast. A lot of you, it's a lot of acceleration. So like, I do feel like a lot of you, this is your dream state. You're getting a lot of messages in your sleep. Some of you probably are marrying somebody. I don't know why I heard that. Where your soul is getting called to go speak to somebody and express yourself or have a heart-to-heart conversation. This is the time to do it, especially if you've been holding yourself back. So I'm going to pull on what is you need. And looks was funny. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. And I said that earlier. And this is at the bottom of the deck. I ain't even shuffle. So I think that's just confirmation. It says letting go of limiting ideas about yourself that originated from your past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Some of you have to acknowledge your past so you can acknowledge the now. So you can understand, yes, my past has happened. It made me who I was, but it doesn't dictate what direction I'm going in now. And it doesn't shape who I am. A lot of you, like I said, a lot of people are starting to learn they love people off of potential, not who they are. And I can say I have that habit too. I'm a Pisces and Venus. I done picture my whole life with your ass. But when I get out of that fantasy land or thinking like, okay, this is what you can be. And when I start seeing people for who they are, I'm starting to see it's like I can't hold on to certain people in my environment because they're not ready, and that is okay. But I love them enough to know that I can release them and so they can go find themselves. And that's where a lot of you have to be in that energy. So, Spirit, what last messages do you have for the collective when it comes to this? I said this video is going to be short. It's over 15 minutes. I'm sorry. Surrender your habit to people pleasing. This is confirmation for what the hell I just said earlier. We don't need no more cards. I don't even need fucking cards, y'all. But this is just confirmation from what I'm saying with the full moon in Virgo. A lot of you are seeing how you've been people pleasing, how you've been doing things for others and not yourself. It says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. And this is what the full moon is releasing for you guys, is to surrender the pleasing to please others and sacrifice your own happiness. 1111, when I say that, I've been seeing that number. So if you've been seeing 1111, it's definitely a message for you. And a lot of you are being told, you have been with this in purple around in this blue. A lot of you, your third eye has been opened up. You have gained a new perspective. But not only have you gained a new perspective, you've been intuitively feeling that you've been doing this for a while, but you don't want to admit it to yourself, because then you have to admit a lot of things in your past that you let people slide with. And a lot of you, it's just like, I get this feeling, it's like, I don't want any confrontation, but Spirit sometimes says, if you want your happiness, sometimes you have to fight for it. And a lot of you, you have to prove yourself to you that you deserve what the hell you've been wanting this whole time with your heart chakra. And a lot of you, like I said, this time right now is very painful, especially for the divine masculines. Divine feminines, a lot of you are already in this energy where you're starting to understand it and you're just letting things come to you and you're just taking it day by day. But a lot of masculines have been struggling with this, but this full moon is very painful for them because a lot of them have been having their heart closed off, holding on to things that they know that don't serve them. And this full moon is not playing any games with a lot of you, and it's painful. So a lot of you probably are going to go into isolation. Divine masculine is an energy. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine energy. So if you resonate with the masculine energy, this is definitely for you. But you're being told to surrender to the habit of people pleasing. And a lot of you, this involves tough conversations where you're having to testify and speak your truth, telling people how you feel. Not only telling people how you feel, but expressing your emotions, showing your emotions. A lot of you that keep hearing the song Prove It by Tink is like, if you really want something, you will fight for it. You would prove it to those you want to keep in your life, and you will prove it to those people that want you in your life will prove it to you. So I hope this resonated. Thank you guys for checking me out. And again, I'm making changes to this channel. I'm not going to be doing a lot of like tarot cards or readings. I'm kind of going to do a little more vlog stuff that I've been working on and editing videos. So I'm telling you, Aries season is going to be popping. And also, I'm coming out with a jewelry line. This is one of my necklaces I've made. I got more things coming. So I'm telling you guys, I got things for you. I've been working. Have a good day and enjoy your full moon.